Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Big World Small Talk. But this is the Brighton Fringe edition. My name is Lucy Orchard. Next to me, I've got Lizzie Lenko, IRL. I'm not going to keep her away from me 1.5 meters. Say hello, Lizzie.
Hello.
And of course, we've got my amazing co-team. We've got Leon Bukowski. And where in the world are you today?
Cheshire, still in Cheshire. Beautiful Cheshire.
We've been fortunate enough to gig in real life outside where there are humans. I've not done it since November 2020. And when was the last time you did it?
It was March the 8th, 2020. It's a long time ago.
Yeah. So have you been to any real gigs recently, Leon?
Only the weird one there in the Frog and Bucket where it's kind of half real, half camera thing. So there was comedians there, no audience, but a screen. Half the comedians were there, half of them on Zoom, and then there was just a big TV with a camera. So yeah, that was the last. It wasn't real, a half real thing. But yeah, end of the month, my next one. Yeah, before I go to a real gig.
A really gig.
Real gig.
So. So just sliding in, doing an Alex Bradley. We've got Lou Williams. Say hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou.
So between the three of us, we have come up with a stage show called Lizzie, Lou and Lucy, WTF. But what we do is we get the audience to decide what WTF means. We've had some really good ones. Bank the Figurine. We've had With the Force. But last night we had two people that didn't understand the concept and were so proud.
Yeah, they just came up with random words.
We were like, that's not it.
Oh, yes.
And then tonight we had a stage invasion. Who wants to tell the story? Like last night we had probably about half the room full, which is amazing because we were on at the same time as the football match. Who was it, Lou? Chelsea. Man City, Chelsea, the UEFA Champions League one. So we had stiff competition, and today we had the hottest day of the year, and it being a Sunday and a seaside town, so the numbers were a bit lower. And we had the room booked from 5:30 till 6:30, and at 6:30 on the nuclear clock, a woman came in as Lizzie was doing some state crowd work, and so she asked the woman, "What was the question you asked them, Lizzie?"
Have you opened your bowels today?
See, it's offensive material.
Oh, no, it's even better. Her reply was, I wanted to do it live on stage.
That'll get the crowd in. I
was like, yeah, there's 3 girls and we've got more than 1 cup.
So because we were overrunning on our normal timings anyway, we immediately thought we were in the wrong because that's what women do. Like, oh my god, yeah, okay. And then we realized the time wasn't wrong, and that she wasn't due in for another quarter of an hour. And then we found out that she wasn't due in for actually another half hour. And she was like, I've got social anxiety. And I was thinking,
no bloody wonder.
So does society. You don't like crowds? Crowds don't like you.
Yeah, not a good job to have a comedian if you don't like crowds. Although
and then she said she wouldn't book any of us.
Okay.
I had to go and finish my joke outside the pub.
Come with us. It's like living those walking tours. Everybody, come with us with an umbrella. Come with us. Come on out. So this building was born in 1672, and your punchline was
Bristol stool chart.
You have to recap from the beginning, right? We'll go back to the beginning. Now, you remember at the start, right? There was 2 nuns, right? And we're back at the start. You might have forgot that bit.
What have you got tattooed on your bum?
Anyway. So we've had a really good gig. I've had a really memorable gig. And a little bit like moved homes in the countryside or whatever. Like the third gig is going to be the Mystery House.
Well, the third one's always the winner, isn't it? They always show like something stupid at the start, and the second one's stupid. And then there's all the tension in it. They're like, oh my god, I'm not going to see anything good. And then the third one's always great. And they go, oh, yeah, that was great. And then they change their mind about the first one. Go, oh, no, actually, I did like the first one.
But I mean, you always worry about being back in the scene and, you know, having beef with different turf wars with different comedians. And, you know, I'm sure I've pissed off some comedians in the past. And I'm sure these girls have as well.
Oh,
But we didn't expect this one. Instantly felt like a child. I instantly felt like a schoolgirl. Like, I'm so sorry. As we're packing away our figurines.
Honestly, I'm gonna die.
It's the way she said she's not going to book us. Well, I'm not sure about these two, but big deal. I live in North Wales. Like, I'm really going to come all the way down here for one like 10-minute spot. I don't think so. So
Maybe she was the Queen of Brighton, do you know? Maybe she was it. Maybe she's like...
She said to us that she's literally just moved to Brighton, and she asked us where we were from, and I said, fucking nowhere near this. And she carried on by saying, so do you know any local comedy clubs? And I went, no.
but even if we didn't know, we weren't going to tell her.
Yeah.
Not after the day.
Let's just say I think she's more suited to a poetry slam.
She sounds great, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to seeing her live.
I suppose if she shits on your stage, does that make it a spoken turd night?
Oh.
We've got the puns going already. This really is the Brighton Fringe sponsored event. So with no further ado,
Did you film it? Did you film it?
actually, yes.
That's YouTube gold. That's YouTube gold. Well, little narrative commentary, and at this point, I was in the middle of telling a joke. And how did you feel about that? And there you go. You can stop it and everything, slow it down. And as you can see, leaning forward. There you go. There's 20 minutes on YouTube. That's good material.
That's gonna go viral.
That is a little column in the Guardian on the culture page. Mad woman jumps in the middle of a joke.
Shit on stage.
Right, okay, but let's have a quick look. We've got some comments coming in already, but I've taken my eye off the ball. So let's have a look. I'm not using it at my desk, so I'm using my thigh as my mouse mat. Right, okay, so we've got the hero of Brighton, the good old Bristol stool chart gag from John Hambry. Get back to work, John. You're meant to be revising. Alex Mambeka, hi, hello, back to you. Let's have a look. And then we've got, she might have given herself the title Queen of Brighton, given her attitude. Very well observed. But be careful. She probably will use that as a comedy quote.
Review. Queen of Brighton. What you have to do with the reviews is you have to just make sure you do the right editing. So, title, Queen of Brighton. ... attitude. Exclamation mark.
Okay, next we've got Colin Mayhew. Where have you been, love? Hope you're all right. Good evening to you, Brighton Bells and Looney Leon. Good to hear from you, as always, every week. And of course, we wouldn't have Colin join us if we didn't have good old Ray coming in from Swansea. Not enough live performance for you today, Lucy. Well, I mean, it's sort of like, you know, a stage invasion. It's, you know.
No, we could not get Jarvis Cocker doing a Mooney on our stage. No,
Oh.
we had to get a tribute act that, you know, of Anne Boleyn.
Like, look, at least wear a pineapple on your head. Do you know what I mean? There are standards to keep. So Leon, please tell me, which vessel of questions are you using today? Are we
still on the fancy one?
Still on the fancy.
I never showed you. I got other little bits inside it. So you got a little drum inside it, and this is like a little Malaysian game. I only ever show you the one pocket, but yeah, there it is.
There we go. He usually nicks his little girls' handbags.
Yeah, I should go back to them. Yeah.
And he had a witch's hat for Halloween. You know, he's nothing but topical.
I had a Christmas thing for Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. See, I've not moved from the old pickle jar. Where is it? There you go. Considering how many times I've moved recently, this has always been in the footwell of my car. So I'm just thinking, if I was in a car accident or anything like that, or stopped, and they were like, yes. Oh, pickled red cabbage. I've still got the label on the back. There we go. Leon, put us into some sort of sense. Give us a question, sweetheart.
All right, here's a good one. All right, here we go. So, if you could invent a game show, what would it be? You invent a game
Oh.
show, what would it be?
Who wants to go first? If you could invent a game show, what would it be?
Mine. Hi, thank you. I think I would probably have something like Wheel of Hecklers. Wheel of Hecklers, where every week at peak times, my panel of 3 comedians would spin a wheel. And Wheel of Hecklers, and then they'd get heckled and see how they fare with that. And the one who wins the most points wins not a blankety blank checkbook and pen because that's been done. But I think of something. I
like that idea. I reckon they should do like whatever all the hecklers. So anybody who's heckled at a gig, they gather them all together, right? And then they have to go up and do a set. And in the audience, it's just comedians. And then they get judged. That would be great. I mean, it probably would encourage hecklers, but it'd be a good game show.
Heckle the hecklers.
Yeah, and I bet 1 or 2 of them would be pretty good. They'd be like, well, I'm all right, maybe. Maybe not.
There was is it Snow Bombing, which is the comedy festival in the Alps, set up by I think Russell Howard and all that lot. And there was a guy going on, and he just kept the audience member just kept shouting, "I want to go! I want to go! Can I have a go? Can I have a go?" And he stood up, and they finally let him have a go, and he told them the most offensive jokes by another comedian. If they say I want to go, don't let them.
No.
It's usually quite good when they have a go because they're usually pretty crap. So you can usually out laugh them. So at least you get a laugh at them having a go. And that usually shuts them up. Unless they're just drunk and just shouting random stuff. And then, what can you do then? Nothing you're going to do. It's going to help. It's going to help.
I was at a Bryan Adams gig where somebody heckled Bryan Adams. And Bryan Adams said, "Fuck you. If you think you can do this better than me, up you get." Pulled the guy on the stage. And the guy looked really nervous and then started cracking out an absolutely perfect rendition of Summer of '69. Bryan Adams was like, "Oh, fair play. You've got this." Gave him his beer and sent him back.
I thought
they need tackling though, because we had to listen to that bloody song for 16 weeks, didn't we? As if we weren't good enough.
And I've heard Bryan Adams' jokes are shite, so I'd heckle. Someone at 69 isn't even a funny pun. You know what I mean?
I think I maybe okay. Guess the punchline. I think that's it's like call my bluff, but guess the punchline. So where you sort of you get given jokes, but the person has to come up with the funniest tag to it. And you get voted because I love the history of comedy. I'd like the idea of old, like Arthur Askey level jokes, like Trevor Horn, that kind of jokes put up. And then you've got to come up with a new version that probably isn't, I don't know, xenophobic or sexist.
My wife, end that one.
My mother-in-law is a lovely person. She's really handy. She babysits every Sunday. That's not a joke.
Just trying to think about the reworking of Jim Davidson stuff. Oh god. Oh, I like it.
Correct that crime. Where you get really bad 70s material, but you've got to change it to a joke that doesn't offend.
But you have to have the proper start to it.
You might be onto something.
I know. Criminal jokes, not criminal offences committed by comedians, because that's a whole different fucking game.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Although that would be, it's got legs.
It's got legs.
I like that. I think that's a really good idea.
Can you think of a game show?
Yeah, I've not quite worked the whole thing out in my head just now, but you know, like Operation. Do you remember the game Operation when you was kids?
Yeah.
Like that with real dead people. Yeah, but maybe it just came into my head now. But I'm thinking maybe blindfolded. And you go like, right, now remove the spleen. And not only like,
Real Operation.
yeah, But no, you not only do you have to like get the spleen like right place, but out without like
Tin factor, crystal maze type
yeah,
operation.
yeah. But like maybe I'm thinking, like a spinner on the wall, and you spin, and it shows a body part, an organ or something.
You're licking my wheel. You're licking my wheel.
No, all right, but I can't think of any other way to do it because I don't watch game shows.
I like it. I like that one.
Wasn't it? Hey!
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I can't quite work out how you'd win. Like the one with the most body parts, like points. Like a rib is only a 1 point.
Could you call it abracadabra?
I want to play the game.
She wants to play the
I
game.
want to play it now.
I got to be honest with this. Lou doesn't have that kind of death material. Well, there is dark in her material, but I do talk about autopsies, and you do talk
I talk about death a lot.
I don't joke about stuff that I will actually go out and do in public.
Yeah.
I'd rather not joke about murders that I commit. So I'll leave these that to these. Well, yeah,
No
I don't
evidence.
want to see what's coming and preempt it,
I mean, today I got a bit stabby, didn't I?
You did.
I got a bit stabby just in the back of the car.
Yeah.
But we wrote a song about that, didn't we?
Oh, that's nice. Go on then. Let's hear it. I'll do the drum.
Jenny Hart, if you're watching, we're coming for you musically.
We got.
Okay, this is terrible. This is absolute. This is. I was going to say car crash TV, but right. 3,
Don't make it a
2,
car
1.
crash.
Don't stab the driver. Don't stab the driver. Don't stab the driver. She's driving the car.
We won't stab the driver, so we're on our way to Mexico.
Don't stab the driver. She bought the carbonara. I love the way how Lou has just lent out a shot on this one.
She's not going to be on this one. She's not going on
Lou's
YouTube.
got
is it?
Dissociative disorder. She disassociates from me all the time.
She's suffering from anti-whimsical.
That was a little whimsical.
That was a little bit
It's safe to come back now. Hello.
So what about you, Leon? If you had to invent a game show, what would it be?
I forgot my own question. I would like a game show which just had game show hosts as the contestants and contestants as the questioners, because they're always that smarmy, aren't they? And I can't believe you didn't get that one. Because I always annoyed me on Countdown, because whenever you used to have when you used to have the guys on the book, and they always used to get the answer, and I always for years was like, God, Giles Brown, this is a genius, and the next guy's a genius. And then someone told me they just have a computer and they just type the letters in and it just comes up the answer. And all they do is have to turn to the page in the book. And it tells them the page in the book as well. So they just turn to the page of the book and go, yeah, actually, here's a 47-letter bloody word. Absolutely got me for years. I thought they were all brilliant. I thought, these guys, celebrities are a different breed. They're all geniuses, not like normal people. It was all a bloody con. Yeah. So
You seem a little triggered there, Leon. Do you ever walk past into a library, end up in the reference section, and just punch a thesaurus or something?
It's cheating! It's cheating!
I could just see him in Waterstone. See you dictionary.
Hey! We're going back to the message boards now and just see what's happening. So we've got, let's have a look. We've got a competition entry for the our stage show from Ray. Witty trio of females.
Nice.
Oh, I like that one. Colin's come up with a game show idea. Guess my length
I like that.
of employment.
There could be 2 parts to that game.
And it turns out that correct the crime was already done. John Thompson did that as Bernard Right on. Fucking white men everywhere. And then Ray's put, Auntie Whimsical has to be a character. Work in progress. Right, my turn for the questions. Could you hold the microphone whilst I get my question board?
I do like your yellow muff.
Thank you.
It's a little bit yellow for my liking.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking a question.
Question
Go on.
and it is, what's the dirtiest you've ever been? You go first, Leon.
In what? Well, I suppose I could just pick our own version of this answer, couldn't we? So yeah, it would probably be camping or something, maybe, or that's what I'm reading this question as. Camping or yeah, I don't know, camping or something. I did like mudder things, the races where you run through mud and jump through rivers and stuff.
I don't think those mud races count because you're meant
Mud.
it's,
Well, that's about as dirty as I get. I don't do
I
dirty.
mean, I suppose the crime on those mud runs would be like, oh, what's the cleanest you've ever been? You do a 3K mud run and you come out and you're still white. And you still got all your Nike labels and all your logos. Is that the worst you've done, camping?
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's dirty as in like sex things, I suppose.
I do mean dirty as a crime. I wasn't pushing you for, you know.
That's why I got kicked off the stage tonight.
Go in the room, darling. Yeah. I've got a new challenge to set. It was a question on tonight's show.
I was just waiting for that old woman to come jumping on the stage. Go, right, that's over now. Get this, pack this in. Try to stop you once already. I found you again.
I think you could ask her what's the dirty I've been. I was going to shit myself on your stage.
Pretty dirty. If I'd have done that, that would have been my number one. I haven't, unfortunately.
I used to work festivals and events.
Sorry, I've got one.
You go on, Leon. Come on.
I have got one. You just reminded me there. It wasn't festivals. I had to, when I was one of my jobs, I had to empty. There was like a blockage in a pipe. So it was a sink. So there was a sink like on the floor above. Pipes came through. Pipes got blocked, and they had a plumber in, and I had to go down and help him. I don't know why he was on his own. He was on his own, and we were undoing this pipe, and it burst open, and I got covered. And what it was, they'd been draining chicken fat into the drain, and so it exploded. All the sort of,
I feel like the witches out of Hocus Pocus then.
That was pretty dirty. That did take a couple of days to get rid of the smell and the bits. It was all bits and oil and grease, and it'd been there for a few years and really blocked up. Yeah, so that's it. That's the dirtiest.
I think the word we're looking for there is congealed.
Oh yeah, there were still liquid parts to it.
Oh God, that's rancid. Luke?
I'll come back to you. I'm not vomit off the chicken stuff.
You are enjoying the meal tonight.
Because I used to work festivals and events. I used to work big festivals, medium festivals, and small festivals. And in the same breath, I used to work well-funded festivals and festivals that weren't well-funded. And I remember being there and watching banking the shower blocks in. And I said, right, those are the ones for the punter side. Where are the showers for the staff? And they went, what showers for the staff? I was already forgiving them because I was like on day 2 or 3. And I was thinking, well, it's all right. You know, we've all in the industry, it's called a hose wash where you use basically, you're meant to use 5 baby wipes, but because I'm quite middle class at times, I use 7. There was a lot of baby wipes used in the making of that festival, and we were just like, we weren't even allowed to go into the punters' showers because there was obviously a queue of like 50 punters there. But for the whole week, there were no showers, and we were still hefting around in the sun, laying scaffolding and making stages and stuff. I'll never forget that. I can still smell it. Ladies,
It's so dramatic.
So,
Yeah, crack on.
Um,
I'm trying not to be sick.
I'm sorry, Lou, about this story.
oh my God, she's apologising before then.
I have. Do you know they've given me a jar for all the times I apologise? I have to put money every time I apologise for things, but I do have to spend a lot of time apologising. Like when I was younger, I was in the girls' brigade, and we used to go walking. I didn't know this is like they only do this to people from the Peak District. I thought they did this to all children, but they'd take you somewhere with a whistle and a map and leave you there. And that's how they do survival of the fittest. Like if your children make their way home.
It's like Hansel and Gretel, this.
You and I was that.
Yeah. So anyway, Kinder downfall. It's normally it's a waterfall. It's a waterfall, and we got a bit lost, and so we were trying to come down a waterfall. There was no water because it was quite a hot summer's day. It was, and it was, and this is what happened. Sticking my punchlines.
Sorry.
Anyway, I fell down a waterfall. I fell down a waterfall that wasn't there. I fell quite a long way. But, and this is the good thing, my fall was broken by a dead sheep. It was. I landed. So I landed in the dead sheep in a kind of squelchy way. It was like, but it cushioned me fall. So I had to look on the bright side. But all the other people on the walk were like, you stay well away from us. And so I got up and there was literally bits of sheep all on me. Like, I was a bit dirty. So there you go. And they're all the way back. I kept blowing my whistle to annoy everyone, but they all kept away from me because I was so smelly.
The smelly kid that cried wolf.
Yeah, look. And I was like going, oh, look, there's an eyeball.
Carcass all over your ass. All comes back to dead things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot on my.
Do you know, for once, I'm lost for words.
You've heard enough.
I've literally got nothing.
But it's funny, isn't it? You say you can still smell it. I can still smell that sheep now.
Yeah.
I can smell it. In my memory, I can tell you what that was like. Like a bit fishy. A little bit fishy.
Yeah, honestly, I too have been able to, in my lifetime, experience the smell of a maggoty, rotten sheep.
Yeah, there was maggots. There was, yeah.
I guess to the point where it's almost, you can smell the warmth of it.
Yeah.
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 I'm not long eating dinner and I really feel like I'm about to see
we had, just so you know, we had carbonara for our tea.
No, I didn't get stabbed.
I would have stabbed her if there hadn't been carbonara. Anyway,
Was it mutton?
Feel like I'm. I don't want sick on me as well.
Sick on me when you. Sorry, we've been singing.
You ever been? You threw up all over her face.
Oh.
Right, before we move on to the next question, let's just go back to the message board and see what we've got come in. Dirtiest I've ever been was 10 days between showers while cycling around France one summer. Oh, who wants to be downwind of that? Oh. But by France's standards, sorry, that's so xenophobic, but as a truck driver, I'm allowed.
By Francis, this is like your game, isn't it? By Francis standard, now come up with a punchline that saves everybody's face here. takes it a less offensive.
If anyone in France took offence to that joke, tell you what, why do you go on strike? Again, I'm a truck driver. These are all legal. Let me see, Colin. Right. Is this true, Colin? I can already read these words. A mixed sex wrestling and a chocolate syrup filled paddling pool for charity. Ah, right. Hang on. You mean mixed sex wrestling? I just thought it was like mixed sex, like, mixing it up. Yeah.
I was just wondering if I could have Colin Mayhew's phone number.
Yes, you can. He's in Durham. He's single and he's ready to mingle.
In a paddling pool.
Yeah, and he's got a paddling pool. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he also works next to a swamp he can take you to as well.
Oh,
I love knowing everything about our viewers. Let me have a look. So it's your turn for a question, please, Leon. Get out your sparkly elephant.
Here we go. The elephant of destiny. There we go. There we go. Right, here we go. Why do women, this is a question, this is mainly for me, but why do women have buttons on the back of their clothes? Or zips on the back where you can't reach it, or anywhere you can't reach it yourself?
That's a bloody good question.
Or why do women put up with having things on clothes where they can't reach their own thing?
Now that I can't answer, we just do. We just do put up with it, but that's a bloody good question.
I think, is it because we used to be dressed by other people? The posher you were, the more dressed. You'd have a dresser, and it's just a hang up from that. Come on.
Possible, but I think it might.
You know all that history shit.
It may be something to do with the sleekness of the lines to hide.
The body form.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
A couple of things really. I'm wondering what use there is for a partner, a male partner, if it's not doing up the back of your dress.
Just to keep men busy, just to keep us out of trouble.
This is the evolution of life, all right? A very complicated necklace was invented and then man was created.
Yeah. But also, like, you know when you're going out, you're getting ready and you put your makeup on and they're going, sorry, you take forever. It's like, yeah, well, you've got a job to do. Don't worry your little head. You're all right. I've got a little job for you. Can you do up my dress? That's what that's for. Because I mean, we don't want them to feel emasculated.
Do you think it's
No, I can't. I'd lose my job.
maybe that's it. Maybe it's a way to get women to get married. You see, they're sitting there going, I don't really want to go out and stuff, but I can't do my dress up, so I better go out and find a man.
I've been stuck in this bodysuit now for 6 years. I really need a man.
This is the dirtiest I've ever been.
There used to be the thing about cucumber.
Getting shot,
She's lost. Honestly, we've lost her so many times today. Come here.
There we go. There she is.
You know, there was a thing about cucumbers, like not being able to mow the lawn. Like, you know, cucumbers
That's
can't.
coconut.
I know the cucumbers can't mow the lawn, as in I've just worked that out for myself. But
Yeah.
it's not something that I was taught.
Yeah.
This is an original thought.
Well, what I'm thinking is that that used to be like, oh, you know, that's fine, we need a man. Anyway, but now we've got there's a Roomba version for the lawn.
Yes, there is.
So effectively, you could put a cucumber on your Roomba, and the cucumber could mow the lawn.
Yes, that's true.
So that's a job that
now you're on about. I know the fish needs a bicycle. That's it. That's fish needs bicycle is the one I need. Is it something a man needs something like a fish needs a bicycle?
I've never seen a fish on a bicycle. Have you?
A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle is the saying.
Right, there you go.
Have I ever seen a fish on a bike?
I don't know, but I feel I need to tell everyone I've got a turtle.
I've never seen a.
She's got to tell everyone that she's got a turtle, but she puts the microwave.
No, but I feel like
I've never seen a pike on a trike either.
I mean, just because the fish wouldn't use the bicycle, they could have the bicycle and then sell the bicycle and upgrade the fish tank. You know, you see, I've got no use for it.
That's the reason why they're not in charge, because they have a lack of capitalism built.
You just sit there going, I can't use the bike. I don't know what else to do with it. I've never heard of eBay.
Yeah, Eel Bay.
I mean,
Oh my God.
Oh, I love it when the puns run high. Right, I've lost me mouse. I keep going northern because of her. Right, let's have a look what it says on the board. We've got something from Ray. Let's have a look. I can't read these before I put them up. So Colin can do whatever he wants tonight. He's terrible sometimes. So Ray has put, Colin also has a huge anus, so that might not be credited. We got Dr. Nobber says, I'm sure there is a place for these puns. Oh God. I'm beginning to trout our talent. That was terrible. And I'm fully aware.
Pun, another soul doesn't make it into heaven.
Oh. Bless our souls. Right. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. I've realised. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, right. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the jar. Right. Okay. We've had this before, but I think it's a good question to come out again. Okay. Now you've got to focus on the reading of this. All right. Because remember last time we had this question, Leon got confused. Not you, but people got confused. You win the lottery. What is the first thing you do? Not what would you do if you won the lottery, but what is the first thing? Like literally, you win the lottery now.
So I'd hide the ticket because I remember this from last time. So now, the first thing I would do is all about the spending, but forget that. The first thing I'd do is hide the ticket. That's the thing.
Yeah, because the ticket's in your hand right now. The ticket is not money. You've just won. What's the first thing you do? I'd be laughing because I'd probably have it. Between the two of them, I'm the only one that would remember where the fortunes were. This would be, in fact, we would make a great crime trio because you two would go down for it because you wouldn't be able to remember your alibis. And I'd ring you from the Seychelles.
No, I'd have forgotten everything, so I'd pass a lie detector test. They ask me
Exactly.
questions about.
You'd be your own reasonable doubt.
I would be. I'd be what are you talking about? I'd have to put the thingy. What are you talking about? That thing.
Lottery ticket.
Yeah,
The lottery ticket.
that
You got it already. You're brilliant. You definitely should be on this bank heist. What money? Money? What money? Oh, a bank. I don't know.
I had one line. Line and I couldn't say it. One line.
Yeah.
And you know what that line was?
Lizzie, Lou, and Lucy. I gave her the job of saying our names, and she bottled it. And then the next time she had to speak, she knew that she had to say that I was Welsh. She looked at me with fear and just confused in her eyes, and just from the stage pointed at me and went, "She's Welsh." And that was my introduction to my stage.
I like that. I like that.
I've got a head injury.
In fairness, she does.
But anyway,
Back to winning the lottery. So this, woo, here's your ticket. This is the lottery
right.
ticket.
So I'm what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that in a frame already. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it in a frame. But can I just say the next thing I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna phone my ex-boyfriend and laugh like down the phone, just manically for some time till I feel.
To be honest, you can ring all of my ex-boyfriends and do the same thing as well.
I'm going to just ring anyone. I'm just going to go on Facebook and go give us some numbers.
Facebook Live.
Yeah.
All my friends who were too busy to come to the show.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I do. I think get this microphone off me.
Lou, what's the first thing you do when my age, my dad, and my being to be alive?
First thing I would do is check how much am I in line for winning.
Oh,
that's good, yeah.
Small brain
That's
checker.
good.
Well, you know, if it's just 3 numbers that have come out and I've won a tenner, then you're just going to lob the ticket in your handbag and cash that whenever for a packet of fags or something, aren't you? But then if like it's 100, 150 quid, you can sort of nip round the co-op and say, yeah, cash that for me, because I think they do it under a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's like over 500 quid, I think, is it over 500 now?
$1 million.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do?
I'd have to wait till Camelot were open and call them and go, hi, I've won.
I think it is. There is a 24-hour answer service. I've actually looked into this, and it's sort of like,
You really are positive, aren't you?
man,
Could
I'm
be
going
that.
to win the lottery one day. I play the lottery because you have to be
It could be you.
to win it. You know, it has to be in it to win it. So I do play the lottery. I know it's a tax on idiots, but holla! I
That's pain.
have no aspirations to be known as anything other than an idiot. Or should I say, a rich fucking idiot?
No, I'd just check how much I was in line to receive. That's the first thing I would do. And then can I just say the second thing?
Of course you can.
Deactivate all my social media and see never any one of you bastards again.
I have no gigs coming up. Goodbye.
Yeah, well, we're barred anyway.
Yeah, we'll never get booked.
No,
No, I'm Brighton.
Uh,
What we could do, just I don't know, it's a little bit like prostitution, but we could hire a really big venue and then hire a shitload of ringers to be there for the gig. And like the ones that have to laugh hysterically, like you can actually, if the camera cuts to them, they're wiping away tears of laughter, just so that we've got that one video shot, like that we can just stick on us. Once we've deactivated, because obviously it would be too important to speak to people, but like the last video of us will be us smashing it on stage with people like holding their sides or women next to men going. There's always that one on a comedy filming, isn't there? A woman elbowing the husband and pointing, going, that's it. That's what you do. That's what you do. We've got a comment or two on the chat board. Let's have a look. John has put, share it with you, Lucy. Not the money, just the news.
Good use of the comma.
Get that, Rich. Give me all your shinies. Let's have a look. And then we got, I'd have to recover from the shock of winning when I never buy a ticket.
I mean, it's bad odds already, but that is good. Fighting the odds there. You have to find the ticket. So the luck of finding the ticket and it being the winning ticket.
Mm-hmm. And then let's have a look. We've got one more coming up then. Hey, you sound like I'm not a good enough audience for you. You were a fantastic audience. You were
Simply the best. Right, here we go. Sing it.
That's our audience there chipping in.
I love him.
I know, he's amazing. It was one of the best gigs we've ever done. I mean, because I've never done a gig inside a venue and then outside a venue to finish it off.
I'm sorry, John, because in hindsight, I should have just let us shit on the stage.
You should. I mean, talk about a climax. I mean, we'd have definitely made it into maybe the Brighton Gazette.
You would have.
Caxton arms shut whilst feces wiped off stage. I can just see the headline now. And do you know what? They would have put 3 comedians were performing. They wouldn't have even used our fucking names.
It wouldn't have been our shit. It would have been her shit.
Exactly.
Could have stole the thunder.
She definitely brought enough of it with her. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. Can I have another question from yourself, please, Leon? Get your sparkly elephants out.
Here we
Get out your
go.
sparkly elephant. Mm-hmm. Except they would pull my finger.
Okay, so how famous is enough? So what level of fame do you think, yeah, that's enough fame?
Ladies.
None.
I want to be massively famous, but like I am so really I don't want to be just famous. Like I want to be rich. I'm doing this for fame and fortune. For me, it's fame and fortune. If I was just fortune, I wouldn't mind not having the fame. But if it means I can only get the fortune by having the fame, I'll do it. So like for me, it'd be maybe like when Big World Small Talk is making so much money on like just like the downloads and we get sponsored and all that, you know, I want to be able to say, this is the house that Big World Small Talk bought, you know?
Yeah.
I want a house. I want a house. And I will be doing a fundraiser for my house deposit coming up at the end of the year because why the fuck not? If that couple can go and do one because their house decor needs updating, I can do one for my fucking deposit.
I weirdly became famous. I got a bit famous and I didn't like it one bit.
Infamous or famous?
No, famous. So, I used to live in Papua New Guinea. You heard the stories.
Yes,
And I started this like Facebook group, heavy metal in Papua New Guinea. But how can I say this? I don't want to get you cancelled, but I was quite noticeable in my gothness. And so I started this group, and all these people, all these Papua New Guineans joining this group, like they're like metal and everything, but they were like, I was like, so I'd go in the shop and they'd be like, it's the goth. I couldn't go anywhere with like complete strangers walking up to me and going, oh, like that, and doing like devil horns, but a bit like weirdly, like stuff like.
In Papua New Guinea for the metal scene?
Not really, but I was like importing Metallica t-shirts to sell to people. And there's a place called Bougainville. There's booker bands that were like really good metal bands. Anyway, but yeah, it was a bit weird because I just couldn't do my shopping without like metalheads coming run up to me going, oh, she is, it's the goth. Because the goth in a tropical country is a weird thing to say.
So were you the Eva Peron of tropical heavy metal?
Don't cry for my Ford Cortina.
It's not a musical act. We've
It is.
You certainly are. You are tonight.
You're going to make me come and see us tomorrow night. They'll be like, where's the fucking music?
I have nothing to do with the singing. Can I just say that?
And if you call me whimsical, I will stab you.
Can I just say that? But if you like singing, then 2 out of 3.
And if you like shitting on a stage, just come on. We'll be ready tomorrow. Tonight we're ready. Get a bucket ready.
Actually, I think next year, Brighton show, Shit on the Stage, the musical. Hold on a minute.
Yes, hands. Like, why does she need a hand?
Yeah, I didn't know where that was going
I don't
either.
know which direction she's going.
Yes, come next year for our show. What did you just say it was called?
Shit on a Stage.
Shit on the Stage, the musical.
Shit on a Stage, the musical.
Shit on the stage. the musical.
With those well-known hits. Or should I say shits?
As well, look, Rachel put, so famous you have to have Jimmy Carr's accountant on speed dial.
Whoa.
There we go. And that was a bad impersonation. Then Collins put to appear on the One Show following an article on frozen
Bull
sperm.
sperm.
Frozen bull sperm. I'm sorry, I got my my semen mixed in my mouth. I couldn't say it properly.
Does that really say what I think it is? To appear on the One Show following an article on frozen
Yeah,
bull
because you know
sperm.
the One Show, they'll have like Jay-Z on there, and they're like coming out after a trip to the Stamp Museum, an interview with Jay-Z, and you just like
It's random.
going.
They're very good at doing those changes, aren't they? They always do that on morning TV as well. They go, first of all, this woman got hit by a car, and then here's our family, and they're all dead. And then next, how to make buttery cakes, and then they go up and down. You have to be able to go like that.
Coming up next, Charlie's Theron after an interesting documentary on the history of a feather duster.
Brace yourself.
How famous do you want to be, Leon?
I've said this before. I want to be panto famous. I want to be enough.
Oh, yes, true. I'm with you on that one.
The panto season only, and that's you done for the year. I don't even care if it's a crappy panto. God knows where in the sticks. You do 3 months max, maybe 3.5 if you're rehearsing, possibly if they can be bothered. 3 months, you're in same jokes every night for 3 months. Crappy jokes that you've nicked from somebody else. Done, and then you can have the rest of the year off. Maybe have Christmas Day off.
Oh, no, you can't. Sorry.
See, I'm in rehearsal already.
Would you do the Christmas panto season, just the Christmas, or did you want the warmer 3 months?
No, just I don't want to do a little. The whole point is do a little tiny bit.
Pardon?
It'd have to be the 3 months, just the Christmas, just the winter bit. So you got enough money for Christmas, and then you get a bit of money at the start of the year, and it can last you the rest of the year. That would do me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. What you're telling me is that you want to try and emulate Cliff Richard or Michael Bublé.
Or the fun.
They only appear at that time.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
it. Yeah, perfect. If I could write a song and have a one-hit wonder that I only sung at Christmas, I'd do that. It'd be a lot easier. I just sit there and watch the royalties going.
This man is wise.
Yeah.
We
I
spoke
love
about this. I think was it last week about being panto famous.
Yeah,
And
that would be good.
yes, please.
So you
But,
gotta,
you go.
come like 4th or 5th in British Got Talent, or one of those ones, and there you go. That is panto level for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Get a house. You're done.
Yeah, I was a bit confused about what I would do because I think I'm too old for Principal Boy, but I'm too young for Fairy Godmother.
So makeup
Like-
for.
At the most, I could be the back end of a.
No, you could be Buttons. I've seen Buttons played by a woman.
Well, there you go. I could step into the shoes of Jim Davidson.
You have to clean them
I
first.
went to see panto with Jim Davidson as Buttons when I was younger.
Oh my god.
It was Annika Rice.
See?
Fucking gold. There
Panto
we
queen.
go. Look at that. I could do it.
You actually do look a bit like Annika Rice.
Okay, right. We're looking for Cinderella. How's that work? And a quick hello to previous comedian and guest coming all the way from Newcastle in New South Wales. Lauren, good day, good morning. She's up and early. Right, okay, so that was fame was your question, which means on to mine. Can you glamorous assistant? Thank you very
I'm
much.
being glamorous.
Right, okay. What famous family would you like to be born into?
Ooh.
Who wants to go first?
I know this one. I would definitely want to be royalty. So even though I hate royals, I would love to be one because basically I hate them because I'm jealous and I don't mind admitting it. You know what I mean? And I would love to do the royal thing where they come out and they say, you're super rich, and you go, isn't poverty bad? poverty terrible, isn't it? And you're super rich, and I'd be laughing my tits off. Or what's his name? The one who's the head of the World Wildlife Organization. You spend the weekend killing animals, and then next day you go, we should look after all the animals because animals are very important. Because I think it'd be hilarious. Anyway, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I respect that. Absolutely.
What about you, ladies? Have you got a family that you would like to slide into?
The Addams family.
Yeah,
Honestly, you know, what's he called? Gomez, isn't it?
Gomez.
I'm not very good. I've got a bit of a bad memory. I think that's probably been established. But you know, like he really, really loves Morticia, and he says, "Oh, it's like really sexy." Yeah, he says really sexy things to her, and they just look like they're having like loads of fun. And we should call that Wednesday dances to Joy Division all the time. I've seen that, but the one thing I found out recently, I don't know if you know this about the Addams family, is their house was pink. Honest,
filmed in black and white.
yeah, it's pink. It's pink. It's like proper. And I was really like, because I'd always thought, oh, that's my ideal house. I want to be in that family. That'd be amazing. And then they've got a pink house.
My whole life has been a lie.
Yeah, a bit of a shocker, that one. And it's not a great shade of pink either.
Because with the black and white filming, didn't they have to wear makeup that was almost like jaundice yellow to get the right skin tone? So obviously the Addams family house to be the right color grey would be massively pink. Well, I mean, my mind is blown.
And there's a bit of yellow, and I'm a bit allergic to yellow.
I'll take that. So I used to want to be born into the Fox dynasty until some of them went a bit wayward, because I just think Amelia Fox and I'd be great sisters. I just because she plays a pathologist, and I really love
and that's your hobby. So.
I love Silent Witness so much. It's true. It's real. They're my friends. I know them. But after my little stint over there working, I have to say I want to be Norwegian royalty for the same thing as you, because the sort of the European royalties, like they've got the money, they've got the dues, but they're not traipsed through the papers as much as ours are. And they always seem like sometimes ours are given a bit of a hard time, or they're dragged through the Mirror and the Express and the Sun, whereas the Norwegian royalties, they're just in Hello. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a different layer to them where they're just like, oh, it's another gala wearing diamonds. I can do that. I've got the hair. Let me be in that team, please.
Family. I can't even think of any famous families.
Your mother's going to ring you up and go, why didn't you say ours? Yeah.
Because I'm Italian, it's just going to have to be the mafia, isn't it?
What did she say?
Yeah, I am. It's just going to have to be the mafia. It's got to be like Don Corleone or something.
Would you be your mum? Would you be a big mafia mum?
No, I'd be like the female version of Al Pacino.
Nice.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Well, no, because he's quite fit, isn't he? So, like, if I was a female, if he was a woman, he'd be quite pretty, I think. Yeah. I could live with that.
Lou Cappuccino in.
She's frothy. She's toffee.
Little sprinkle of iron. I like it because she'd be good at the wedding. She'd be able to go up to, don't be singing at the wedding. That's it. No,
no, she wouldn't let any of us sing at the wedding, would she?
I'm not allowed to talk about horses anymore. I was
Can
banned.
I just say that I really do love them a latte?
Oh. Oh, Christ!
Sorry, just a bit of a coffee there.
You'd be a great mafia boss. You'd just be telling these puns, and they wouldn't know if to laugh. Are we laughing? Is this laughing, or are we?
Oh, Christ! We got comments on the chat board. Let's go and see what we've got. So, in relation to my panto ability, Ray has put, "You're not too old, Lucy. The audience don't get that close. You cheeky fucker." I could play Principal Boy, but I'd have 6 inches of pan stick makeup. Let's have a look. Oh, pan. That's a pun. Sorry. Then you go. Lauren's put, you girls are having too much fun. Yes, we are. No such thing. Let's have a look. And then Colin has put, I can't read this in advance. I would love to have been born into the Flintstones just so I could have an affair with Betty Rubble.
No, you would.
Yeah, man. Did you want to bam her? Yeah. What's the guy she was out with? What's Barney? He was batting up, wasn't he? He was
Both
definitely.
of them were. To be honest, you look at them 2 wives and then the 2 boys. You're like, they did well, didn't they? And the construction workers didn't have a lot of money, loads of pets.
Yeah.
Did well. Must have been fantastic.
I mean, how low self confidence did Wilma have for Fred to be enough for her? I mean, that's like the King of Queens. Did you ever used to see that? Where you're like, wait, when did those 2 get together?
Americans love that, don't they? They absolutely love
They
that.
love it. They love a unlikely couple where he's slightly less attractive and she's super, super hot. And you're thinking, how far are we pushing theatre of the mind here?
Yeah, and they never address it. Well, they kind of like make slight jokes, don't they? But they never, no one ever just comes in and goes, "What happened here? What is this? What is going on?"
I think Fred was really good at zipping up dresses.
We've got ourselves a callback. Ding, 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 ding. Which brings us perfectly to the coming up to the end of the show. But because we are, I need you to hold that whilst I speak. But because we are not doing it this normally, so if you were to go on Facebook and to type Lizzie, Lou, and Lucy, and I'll even show you it like that, Lizzie, Lou, and Lucy. That's our Facebook page where we are keeping you up to date on all the trials and troubles of trying to do a stage show at Brighton Fringe. I'm also going to show off this. Right. Let's get this. Let's get this comment off. So there you go. You can see that we are performing at the Brighton Fringe at Caxton Arms, 36 North Garden. And tomorrow our show is Monday, May the 31st at 8 p.m. Leon, so your half and half gig that you've got coming up, which is going to be half streamed and half live. When is that?
It's no, this one's going to be the real in an audience, 28th of June.
28th of June.
June in Manchester, yeah.
So obviously if you can send me the promo poster for that, Leon, this is an off-show conversation, but if you can send me that by next week, I'll be able to put it up on there. So we've got 2 more comments, and then I'm going to ask, because obviously Leon and I, this is us finding out more about my stage sisters. So let's have a look. We've got a threesome with Betty and Wilma. Ray, you dirty dog, get your mind out of the quarry. And then Lauren put, Barney is my spirit cartoon. Oh.
When what always got
that weird then.
What always got me about Fred Flintstone is, so he didn't have the looks, but he didn't have the brains either. So remember at the start, he tries to throw the saber-tooth tiger out, and it runs back in and shuts the door, and he's banging on the door. He's got a window that's got no glass in it. Why don't you just go through the window?
And how many animals are there inside that house that are gone, love, someone at the fucking door? The answer phone bird could have done that.
And how are you locking a caveman's door?
Why didn't Dino start barking?
Exactly. And I always got really freaked out by the waste compactor.
I'm not allowed to talk about things like this because I spoil it by saying it's 65 million years ago the dinosaurs became extinct way before human beings ever.
Oh, Captain Logic. There we go. Trust me, she's funny on stage.
So which was the biggest fantasy? Him going out with Wilma or there being dinosaurs hanging around?
Right, it comes up to the end of the show now where we are going to have to push on. So we've got one more comment from Ray. Baloo the bear is my spirit animal cat. Why don't you stop it, guys? You're having too much fun on the chat room now. Right, so for Lizzie and Lou, Leon and I are going to be asking you a question. I prepped you earlier. I told you the question, but the thing is, with them both having head injuries, this is going to be a new question for them. So they haven't got a fucking clue. I prepped them about this fucking question. Luckily, it's going to be on the screen. Right. Leon and I are offering you a choice. Okay, I'll tell you it. Yeah. Right. Leon and I are offering you a choice to walk away today with one of two things. Would you prefer the magic carpet or the flying horse? We're not giving you any more information. Your limitations are your own imagination. So please show your workings. What would you like to go for? Magic carpet or flying horse? Which one of you ladies would like to go first?
I'm going to take the magic carpet for this, because if I had a horse, then I'd need to feed it and fuel it. And petrol prices are really expensive at the moment.
You're feeding the horse petrol.
Well, no, but you get the sort of gist of it, didn't you?
Called RSPCA. RSPCA.
Horse like 4-star, unleaded, a diesel pony. How do you make a horse go woof?
I don't think she should have the horse, to be honest. If she's going to give it petrol,
So yes, I'm going to go with the magic carpet.
just as well.
Yeah, because it's just less fuel cost. Was the point? Not that I feed it petrol. I'm not that cruel.
What happened to the cat? What happened to the cat? Both. I'm just giving it a drink of oil and it just blew up in flame.
Go on then, what would you pick?
Well, after today's conversation, I'm not allowed near horses. I like donkeys.
She likes donkeys, and she does make an ass of herself. Equine family members. So, is this 2 magic carpets to go for?
No. Actually, I want the flying horse.
You want the flying
Oh,
I'm going to take the carpet.
Definitely take the carpet for Lou. 1 carpet for Lou coming up.
yeah, I'm going to go for that. And do you know why?
Yeah, but the horse. I'm not being.
Oh, can I just ask one important question? Can I choose the colour? Can I choose? Because, right, listen, if I can have a black flying horse, I'm going to stick a cornetto on its forehead. And because I've been telling, no, this is a true story. I have been telling my niece for years and years that unicorns are black, and she's got to stop with all this sparkly, multicolored nonsense. So I would have a flying horse, black, with I'd spray paint a cornetto and stick it on its forehead, and I'd turn up at my niece's house on my unicorn.
Right.
The thing is, though, think about this. A horse. Where will you park it? You're on your flying horse, right? And you need to stop. Right, where do you park your horse? Where do you park the horse? No. Where do you park the horse? With a carpet, you could just roll it up, put it under your arm. Simple. Where do you park your horse?
You don't need to park a flying horse. You go, just drop me off, and then just do a few. Like, if you've ever been stuck, yeah,
Planes.
no, but they're not that high up. Oh, just do a circle of above Tesco's, because like I've been circled. I've circled Helsinki Airport. I've circled Heathrow.
I've circled a couple there.
You know,
What about low flying craft? What about drones? If one comes spots and knocks your cornetto off your horse, then you just game over, isn't it? Roll up the damn carpet, put it under your arm.
There'll be ice cream everywhere. the horse would be going nuts.
Carpet is more ecologically friendly and plus.
you're upsetting me now.
Yeah, but if you're
No, you're upsetting me because I honestly I can't think of anything more sad than when you see an ice cream on the floor.
Can I just say something? I can think of nothing sadder than Liz on a flying horse. Just as I look up and it shits straight into me eye, my carpet will not shit on you from a great height.
I just
I got
see, what you're going to have to do though is, kids. If you took that down to a kid and said, "Look, there is a unicorn," the first thing the kid would say is, "It's got wings." So you'd have to cut the wings off and stick the cornetto on the head.
no unicorns have wings. Unicorns definitely have wings. I've seen it.
I think they're called alicorns. Not that I'm an expert, but I do have a little daughter who is obsessed with unicorns and stuff. And alicorns are the ones that have got horns and wings. Pegasus are just wings.
What they're called?
Alicorns. Ale from all, I think.
All right, so it's one of them. It's a one of
Yeah.
them.
That's how, isn't it?
So Ray thinks that Lou should just learn to put a horse in a holding pattern. I've got to be honest. I'm wondering. We don't usually do this, but I'm wondering whether or not to not give our guests their prizes. Because what if Lizzie goes on holiday, lets Lou look after it, and next thing you know, she's pumped the horse full of diesel. All right, and then Lou goes on holiday. Lizzie looks after the rug. What's happened? She either shits on the carpet or she's painted it fucking black, and it's covered in ice cream.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think either of them should get it. I think the woman that came on tonight with the bucket and shit on the stage, she should have her pick. Give it to her. Calm her down.
You know what, love? Get on your flying horse and fuck off.
Here you go. You want to look at other clubs to do some gigs? Here's a horse. Off you go. Enjoy yourself.
All you can hear is her go, I'm allergic. The last comment of the night, then we're going to have to wrap this up because this is getting silly. Invite the horse, then there'll be one more thing to shit on the stage. There we go.
Hey.
So please, if you can, find us, Lizzie, Lou and Lucy. I didn't even type that in properly. I put Lizzie, Lou and Lou because I was trying to fucking calm you two down. Lizzie, Lou and Lucy on FB. And then if you are in Brighton tomorrow night, please come to the Caxton Arms. We're performing there at 8 p.m. And we'd really, really love to see you there. And don't forget, it's more than just a stage show. You get to come up with the title of the show. And please, don't shit on the stage. But once you've named the show, if you've done it, come up with a good name, you get to win a prize. There's not a lot of places you can win prizes. It's free entry. And you can even make a wish on your way out. Last comment. Oh, please explain the shit in the bucket. Lauren, I am going to fucking message you after this show and I'm going to tell you everything that happened. I might even video call you. Right. Okay. So thank you very much. You've all been amazing. Can I say thank you very much to my team member, Liam Bukowski. Alex, if you're watching this, we hope you're having a horrible time in work. I know you'd rather be here with us. And a big thank you to Lizzie Lenko.
Oh, goodbye.
No, thank you.
The Mafia Queen. She's gonna do us in. We're gonna wake up with the horse head in the morning. No. Oh no.
The unicorn on it. The horse was covered in petrol, had a thing sticking out of his head, and it would be chopped off. This mafia has gone over the top. They've gone over the top. Just unnecessary.
No, it was my horse from the ice cream stain. That's true. No, exactly. But imagine half the body would fucking fly up. Right. Anyway, say goodbye, everybody. Thank you again for another edition of Big World Small Talk. We'll be with you this time next week. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.